You think a reverse mortgage gives you access to all of the equity in your home? Well, it doesn't. And the real number surprises a lot of people, including other loan officers who call me thinking that their client is a perfect fit when actually they're not even close. I'm Jeff Buum, and I get calls from other lenders who don't offer reverse mortgages, but they're asking if their client could qualify. So let's talk about the real equity requirements, because this is a misconception that is more common than you'd think. And a lot of people assume a reverse mortgage works like cashing out your entire home. It doesn't. Most borrowers qualify for an initial principal loan amount around 40% of the home's value, not 100%. And so the exact number really depends on your age, the current interest rates, and your home's value. So here's the part that surprises people the most, including some of the loan officers. So I get regular calls, like I said, from other lenders who don't offer HECM or reverse, asking me to take a look at a client who they think would be a great fit for a reverse mortgage. And often that client only has about 20% equity left in their home. And that's just simply not going to be enough. The truth is, the younger the borrower, the more equity you typically need. So if someone's in their 60s, they're often going to need close to 70% equity in the home just to qualify. Reverse mortgages are designed to last as long as the client lives in the home, potentially for decades. And so because of that, the lender and FHA, they need enough of a cushion built in. And so the younger that you are when you take out the loan, the longer that loan could be realistically in place, and the more equity cushion is needed up front to account for that. So as you get older, that required equity percentage typically comes down because the expected time frame is shorter. So a lot of the confusion comes from lenders who don't specialize in reverse mortgage, and it's an entirely different program than a traditional mortgage with a lot of different qualifying math. And that's why I get a lot of calls from other loan officers. They just don't know enough, or they do know enough to recognize a reverse mortgage might be worth exploring, but they don't actually know the equity requirements around it. So they call to check in with someone who does this on the regular basis. So if you're 62 and older and you're considering a reverse mortgage, the real question isn't how much my home is worth, but more how much equity do I actually have, and does that match what my age requires? That's a number that actually determines whether this makes financial sense for you. So no, a reverse mortgage doesn't give you 100% equity, and the amount of equity that you need typically is going to depend heavily on your age. And so if you want to know your real number, don't guess based on something that you read online. Call or text me directly, and I can answer your question and walk you through your actual numbers.